Hi, I'm Tucker Thompson, and welcome back to the St. Francis Yacht Club for this second day of racing here at the Rolex Big Boat Series. And as we saw yesterday, spectacular conditions here in San Francisco certainly keep the sailors motivated, but ultimately the reason they sail comes down to the people they race with.
This is the FAR 400 Team Premier, the first FAR 400 in America. It's a brand new boat, arrived here on Tuesday.
Bart Schneider, Expeditious, Express 37.
Michael Rosenauer, this is Racer X, a FAR 36 One Design. I race with this crew because they are the best on the West Coast.
I race with these guys because, to be perfectly honest, I think they're the best guys in this entire regatta.
One of the things I realize is real important is consistency of crew. You got to have guys who work together and know how to work together and can count on each other and you know, that each is going to do his job when it's time to do it.
Joe Iyer, who is our mast man.
D. Smith's driving. We've got 8 local guys, myself from Australia and Max from Dubai, who built the boat.
Here we have in mid-bow, Stacey Connor, Lynn Redelberger over here, who does trim.
Garth Copenhaver, who is our tactician.
They enjoy doing it together and can count, you know, and can count on each other. So that's the most important thing, I think. I love them. They're great.
All the crews are back on the bay for the start of this second day, and this is IRCA crowding the committee boat end. Race 3 is off. The tide is not much of an effect early on, so the fleet spreads out upwind. Leading this division so far is Mayhem. We've moved over to the committee boat end, and so has the majority of IRCB. In fact, not everyone is going to fit inside the committee boat ley line. One boat gets spun out here. 10 seconds to go. Will they have time to get back? Likely not. That was high 5. Now the fleet approaches the line. 2, 1. Okay, there they go. IRCB is off. Take that back. A general recall. The story is still the same. Favorite committee boat end as IRCB tries again. This time, it looks clear. X flag. Somebody was certainly over. Whoa, tight maneuvering. There's the boat that was over early, the One Design, FAR 40. Have they cleared? They're kind of luffing on the line, but the X flag is still up. They have not cleared. It's twisted with around the ends. The FAR 400 is one of the fastest boats in IRCC, and it's no surprise to see them here at the committee boat end as well. And they nail it at the signal boat. This fleet splits left and right, and our division leaders are heading towards the city front. Up the beat, it seems more breeze is definitely found to this right-hand side. Dainu leads IRCD. Midline start, relatively speaking. It's at the committee boat end, but there are a few late stragglers squeezing in there. Beautiful job getting off the line. After watching the fleet in front of them, a lot of these boats tack early to the right. The smaller boats short tack up underneath Alcatraz as the big boats in IRCA are dueling it out downwind. It's a port starboard, very close action between Mayhem and Akella. Mayhem was on starboard, Akella has just jibed ahead and to leeward. The Breeze builds for the big boats in IRCA. They head down along the city front and set up for a jibe on board Criminal Mischief for the leeward gates. Like a dinghy, it doesn't get much better than that. Out in the middle of the bay, IRCD finds the best of the ebb tide as the outgoing tide builds, and the Breeze does as well. The ebb is stronger inshore as we work our way up the bay with IRCC. At the top mark, Resolute leads IRCC into the Spinnaker set. And in IRCA, Bill Turpin's Akella leads the fleet to the finish. But heading into the finish, Peter Cunningham's power play passes Akella. Akella keeps the game as close as possible, but the race goes to power play. The Far 30s are sailing their World Championships this week, and we've moved to the North Course for the start of their second race. That was the gun, and they're off. Scott Easom's 8-ball is currently leading the division with second place Barking Mad to windward. The ebb and the breeze continue to build, causing big waves for the Far 30s. Upwind from the left, it is Jim Richardson's Barking Mad who starts to eke out an early lead. The left-hand side is where we find the majority of the fleet as well. Approaching the top mark, it's 8-ball and Barking Mad bow to bow. Scratch that, it's Gruverderci that is giving Barking Mad trouble. She is in the lead. Barking Mad is close. And here's 8-ball back in 4th place. So Deneen DeMarcus leads the fight for the front just barely on the downwind run. The jibe is the hard part in the Far 30s as the fight for the front continues. And that is what happens when it goes bad. At the bottom gates, it's Deneen DeMarcus who's maintained the best control, and she's off in the lead, upwind. Upwind on this second beat, the fleet is spread out all the way across the course from left to right. Upwind, it is still Deneen DeMarcus in control. Top mark, they're in control by about 8 lengths over second. And that's 8-ball, also with a good Spinnaker set. Downwind and big waves is where the Far 30 comes alive, but they can also be quite squirrely, particularly in the jives. Having her best race of the regatta so far, Deneen DeMarcus keeps Garubadeci on a full plane. Just when they didn't need it, a wipeout. We are 6 boat lengths from the finish, and Scott Easom's 8-ball is coming on close from behind. The crew rushing to get that kite under control. Would you call that normal position? The race committee's online to make the call. 1 length behind his 8-ball, but crossing the line in first is Garubadeci. An amazing finish. What a way to win a race in a world championship. This is the Big Boat Series at its best, and we're only halfway through this regatta. There's still plenty more action to come. I'm Tucker Thompson. We'll see you tomorrow.